what the event will look like. And I want to thank everyone jumping on here. We have quite a few parents that are on, and several may be joining us in a few minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and start with a word of prayer just to get us started and value your time. Dear Lord Jesus, we just come to you and ask you to orchestrate all things. And thank you that you are our provider, and that you would just give us wisdom and discernment and be good stewards of your provision. In Jesus' name, amen. So welcome, everyone. And for those new families, this is Mr. Ryan Washabaugh. He was our past vice president or vice principal and teacher here for many years. He is now in seminary in the United Methodist Charge, pastoring 2 churches, father of 4, and husband of our teacher, Mrs. Washabaugh, that still is currently a teacher here at the Academy. So he's still very much involved, and he's hosting this Zoom meeting for us. And we also are joined by our secretary, wonderful cook, and basket maker extraordinaire, Lisa Wilson, as well as many of the families that have helped us with our annual auction in the past, and new families that we're excited about your participation in the new event called Benefit Basket Bonanza. So trying to orchestrate what it'll look like. So just for a little background, our annual auction each year used to be 250, 300 people, a live auctioneer. We would bring in between $15,000 and $20,000 a year, which would jumpstart, solidify our finances for the school year, and then jump in to a stable future for the next school year. Last year, with COVID hitting 2 weeks before our auction, we jumped online, did an online auction with a fraction of the amount of donations, but still God provided $11,400, which was amazing for the amount of items we had. So that's the background. And then as the staff was talking about the future and what could we do live, we miss being together, but how could we figure out how to orchestrate something safe, something social distanced, and so forth. So what we came up with is we would do a basket bonanza where we would have the same donated items, bringing in goods, putting them together in fancy packages, but instead of a live auction, just putting a retail value on and selling the baskets, along with a bake sale and a Polish platter, takeout meals for the kitchen part of that. Food's always been a big part of ACA. So we thought that we could do takeout containers as far as that goes, and then have something in the middle. So our goal this year, I would love to bring in between, like, say $10,000 and $15,000 would be a realistic goal. Again, we never know until that day and how God's going to provide. I've already sent out the solicitation notices, the donation request, and the sponsorships. And we have $750 worth of sponsorships already in, with another $100 that she called and said, we will do this, I will send the check, but the check isn't here yet. So that's $850 worth of sponsorship. So we're on our way. That's a great start. So your help in getting donations is probably one of the biggest things we could do right now with those donation slips. So any type of donation that you could going to your hairstylist, your mechanic, where you get groceries, where you frequent in and out, local businesses, local business, helping local businesses, as far as any type of donation or gift cards. Gift cards is another way to spruce up any of these baskets, and things like that. I'm going to let some questions. I know we have a lot of new parents coming in. Does anyone have any questions right now? Or
we have a question in the chat that says, can you let us know who the sponsors are already? They don't want to duplicate if possible.
Oh, awesome. Yes. Advanced planning and financial services, and Naser Foods, and Bridgeport Technologies is the three businesses that have already signed up to be sponsors.
Mrs. Stoner?
Yes.
This is Karen. My boss, Dave, said he would be a sponsor again this year. He just didn't have the paperwork filled out and ready for me, but I'll get that to you later this week if that's okay.
Awesome. Praise God. There's another sponsor.
And just to clarify, I don't think we haven't sent out to like any other businesses besides like our normal sponsor. So if you're asking if like, you know, your local Advanced Auto Parts is donated, we didn't send out any of those. It was just like our sponsor list, if I'm understanding correctly. So if you want to clarify on that, right?
Right. And even if there's multiple papers going out, your personal connection can be the reason, oh yeah, I got that, but since you came in here, that doesn't have to be a negative. Lisa, you do have a donation. You were working on last year's donation list and sending out letters, the 2 letters to those people. So coordinate with Lisa. If you're going out to different businesses, let us know that that one's taken care of. But you can always just say, oh, that's great. Yes, we have a lot of people going out, you know, some things like that. Thank you. I see a comment there about Carson's in Scottdale. Great to know. Thank you, Nadine, for that. And wishes. Okay, awesome. Any other questions regarding solicitations? There is on the letter, we don't do any type of gambling or alcoholic beverages, as the church has asked us to be a little conservative in those areas. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ryan's sharing with us the sponsor list as well as the donation request.
So you should be able to access these through Jupiter. I believe they're posted there if you need copies of this. So this is the sponsor letter. We can see the levels there and who has sponsored in the past, the thank you from last year, since we didn't really get to do that with an event. And then the other document is the one that you would take to hand to your, to your business owners if you're going to your salon or, mechanic or whatever, whatever that may be. So those should both be available through Jupiter, or you can contact the office if you can't find them on there, and they can shoot them out to you in an email.
Ryan, is there anything you would like to say regarding the event as a whole or different ways? I have a little list of other ways, other donations we need and other ways we need to help. But is there anything overall that you'd like to add to kind of set the stage of what this event is and does?
Not really that I can think of, just the idea of getting people together. That was always one of our missional goals, was to have people come together. And that's been kind of hard over the past, year or so with COVID. But, any opportunity to get people and see them face to face and to reach out in that ministry aspect, I think is very important, and why we decided to go with this format, so that we can, see people face to face as opposed to just online. So.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cindy was asking, do
sponsors send their donations? Either way, Cindy, they can send them straight to us, drop them off to us, or if you're in the area and you can pick it up and bring it to us, whatever's convenient for you and the donor. We appreciate any legwork that you can give to help us out. But for example, we had one of our teachers reach out to a Pampered Chef, and she dropped it off here. She put the basket together and then dropped it off. We have other people that are bringing the baskets that they solicit, they bring in. So either way works for us, whatever's convenient. Mm-hmm. So we will need help ahead of time, help to put the baskets together. A lot of people like to prepare a basket and bring it already made. Others just send a gift certificate, or just a little bit of this or a little bit of that. And then we construct the baskets. We actually put the baskets together. Maybe like a ladies' devotional might have a shawl and a coffee cup and some tea and some a devotional and some different things from different people, and then create a basket around that. Lisa is going to head that part of the event up, but she'll need a lot of legwork. If you are a basket maker and like putting those things together, you can let us know either in the chats or give Lisa a call at the office and hook up that way to help us make the baskets. Also, we are intentionally making this before Easter. It's the day before Palm Sunday. So we will have the opportunity to make Easter baskets. We have some Easter baskets for Thursday's meeting. I'm going to have the Easter baskets out in the gym. So you can grab an Easter basket and take it with you and put an Easter basket together, or just bring in some Easter candy or some Easter stuffed animals, and we'll create the baskets. So we'll have one section of Easter baskets. That's always a big hit when we can get the event before Easter. So Easter baskets will be part of the planning. We will also need donations of pop and water, as well as bake sale items. Now, we're going to be doing two different types of bake sale items. One will be desserts for the takeout meals and should be pre-packaged. So cookies, individual servings should be already pre-packaged before they come in. Or if you're getting a half a dozen of fancy cupcakes from a bakery, leave them in the 6-pack and we'll put a price on those as an item in the basket bonanza. Homemade pies, decorated cakes, fancier items that could have a retail value will be put on to sell by the whole. Or if it's a pan of brownies or cookies, those should be individually wrapped. We're asking that that's all done ahead of time, but the morning of, we're going to need some help. There'll probably be some legwork of putting some more individual bags together. Because of course somebody says, here's a pair of brownies. I'm not going to say, take them back. They're not individually wrapped. But we're trying to limit that legwork in the morning. So we will need some help in that way. So 2 different kinds of bake sale items going on there, as well as the day of, we'll need help in the kitchen. We'll need cleanup, help later in the afternoon, as well as being there. A lot of community people come into the event, and it's great to be greeted just not by myself or one of the staff members, but as well as parents, and sharing your experiences here at the Academy with the people in the community is always a great thing to build that community awareness and letting people know what we're doing here. We have a lot of church people and older people that come that support us from the church, and it's great for them to see the kids and the families that they're supporting through the ministry, just to make all of those connections. So even though you're not an event kind of person, your presence here is important for the community and to be there. Any questions about all of that? And then while you're thinking about that, I had one other idea of an early bird shopping passes that we will be auctioning off through Bidding Now, which is an online site where we can set a beginning and end time of live auctioning. The event times are from 10 to 2. And then we would have, we talked about having a 9 o'clock, a 9:10, and then every 10 minutes until 9:40 as auctioning off these early bird shopping passes as another way of generating some more money, and that you would be the first one in to get all the deals and so forth, to buy all of the items that you would want. So that's, look for that. Mrs. Worth will be putting weekly posts on our Facebook page about the auction. We talked about, you know, it's only 6 weeks away, you know, each week featuring something. She's going to be posting those. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you're liking and sharing those and getting the word out. As much marketing as you can do. I contacted the gentleman to make us 25 yard signs. If you can put a yard sign out, email us, let us know you need a yard sign. As well as we're going to have flyers, if you can post those and hand those out. And that's all of the details on my list. If you can think of anything else, Mr. Washabaugh, or the veteran parents that have helped us with these events before, any clarification of what we're doing and not doing at this point with COVID. It sounds like we'll be able to social distance in the gym and people can come in and out freely, but if things would get crowded or restraints of, you know, sometimes they were limited to 50 or 100 people, we could do that. We could stand outside and limit the people in. Hopefully we won't have to do that. People will kind of spread out throughout the day. Yes, Kristen, thank you. We will be sending out sign-up sheets for various jobs. Ryan, while we're here, do you remember that that website that we used last year for sign-ups where it was web-based?
I think it's Sign Up Genius, if I remember right.
What was that?
Sign Up Genius, I believe.
Sign Up Genius, okay. Yeah.
And Amanda, to answer your question, it's nice if we know a retail value on the basket. I don't know if everybody saws the chat, but it says, does the person donating make a price for the basket, or does someone at ACA put the price on the basket? So if we know the retail price, you know, we ask that you don't that they don't actually put it on, but it's nice to know how much it's valued at. You know, if a hair salon donates something, if I'm their pricing, I'm probably not going to know that that basket is worth $150 or, you know, $25 because I don't buy much hair product. You know, so things like that. If we can get an approximate retail value, then and we kind of know the market as well too, of the people that come, and you know, it's a little easier for us to figure out, I think, the pricing. Because sometimes we'll do, depending on what it is, you know, if the retail value is $150, we might mark it at $125, perception of savings, you know, things like that.
Yeah, the idea is that there will be some bargains to be had, but you know, that's depends on the basket and what's in it and things like that. But it is great to know. For example, the Pampered Chef had a little bow on it, and it had a lot of products, but there was a gift card, but it didn't sit. It was in an envelope, and we didn't know how much the gift card was for. So we took it apart so we knew the value, so we could price it better, and then put a new bow on it. So we'll do all of those things.
And also, too, the sooner the better. So if if you're collecting things, don't wait till the last minute to bring them in. Bring them in as you get them, so that we can, you know, get pictures taken. We can use them for marketing, things like that. So the sooner the things come into the school, the better it is.
And no, Amanda, we will not be having a Chinese auction or a 50-50. Both of those items, the church has asked us not to participate in. The Chinese auction, I guess there's actually something called a gaming license you're supposed to have for that. But in both of those cases, we don't do either of those items. In fact, the individually wrapped baked goods and drink selections, we just put a jar out for donations. And it's the kind of event that we get way more money just putting a donation jar out, as you know, labeling every $1 cookie or every $1 this or a pop here or a pop there. People just throw in $5 bills. So that answers that question. But there will be some varying prices. We talked about veteran parents, if you remember, the cash and carry room, which usually were lower price things or things that weren't quite pretty and new and marketable, but was still very, people still like those items, and they were shoppable, I guess. So there'll probably be some of that, lower priced items or things that aren't brand new, but we're not looking for a garage sale or yard sale items. This is a benefit basket bonanza of new to gently used regifting items, not used garage sale items. So I hope that helps kind of decide what you drop off and what you don't. And what we could use, you know, like clothing should have the tags on them. We've had leather coats donated with tags, or Steeler coats that are brand new, but shy away from those items that are worn in any way. We're looking more for new, gently, very gently used, that could be incorporated with other things. So, did I answer all the questions? You see anything else there, Ryan, that we need to address?
I think we got everything from the chat.
Okay. Good job with that. Any other questions? Anything else we'd like to talk about?
She said, where do you want the food donations, Ashley?
The food donations, probably, depending on what that, like the bake sale items would be Friday. Probably, yeah. Depending on what it is and, you know, different things like that, but probably Thursday, Friday. We have such limited storage. We are collecting all the donated things as early as possible, start bringing those in because they have to be categorized, labeled, and put together and things like that. But the food probably Friday. We do have some storage for some pop and water we can put out in that larger room in the back. But if it needs refrigerated, probably Friday. Okay. Any other questions? I'm so excited to see so many new families on this Zoom chat. This is a great way to get together. So if you want an Easter basket, if you want to put an Easter basket together for us, it would be a great way to do something now. Also, by Tuesday the 16th, our classroom basket initiative will be going out. Each classroom teacher and kids have talked about what top theme they would like to do to put a basket together. We already, do you have a list of those handy? We have baking,
beach,
beach theme,
family picnic. I think what else? Devotion, what was that? Coffee, tea,
coffee, tea, and devotions. The high schoolers are going to put together like a game night, game night, movie popcorn kind of thing.
And then Mrs. Ivory's doing ice cream sundae.
An ice cream sundae basket. So each class will be putting together a basket, and that's always a fun way to contribute as well. And then we'll be putting those sign-up sheets together and putting that together. Okay. I really am excited about the participation here at this meeting and want to thank everyone for coming out. If you have any other questions and want to hang out, I'll be the last one, Ryan and I will be the last ones to say goodbye. But if you want to start signing off, and again, thank you so much for participating tonight and being actively involved in this fundraiser. I really appreciate your time and effort tonight and, you know, in the future to put that together. Give Lisa a call tomorrow if you want an Easter basket, or if you have items that need to be brought in, or if you need paper copies of those letters, let us know as well. Okay? Thanks so much, guys. Good night. Okay. All right, Ryan. That was awesome. Like, how many people did we have on
there? There was, I think, 12 maybe. Yeah, I'll be able to see it because I'm recording. And I think I get a list of participants as well. I'm also going to save the chat just because
yes,
you have questions to reference it for the in-person one if you want to, you know, answer some of those questions before they ask them.
Right. Yes, and can you put, like, when you record it?
Hold on for 1 second.
Sure.
No, hold on. Do we need to record a conversation now, or should I just?
No, let's.
Okay. Let me stop that then.